The 1999 P-era Connecticut state quarter dollar has shocked collectors around the world with jaw-dropping prices. We're talking about coins that could be hiding in plain sight worth hundreds, thousands, or even up to $1 million if you spot the right era. Yes, you heard that right. Some 1999 Connecticut quarters have sold for the kind of money that could buy a new car, pay off your debts, or even change your life. The history behind this stunning Connecticut quarter. The background. To understand why the 1999 Connecticut quarter is so special, we need to go back to a time when U.S. coin collecting was about to change forever. In the late 1990s, the U.S. Mint launched a revolutionary new coin program, the 50 State Quarters program, beginning in 1999. This ambitious series honored each of the 50 states, releasing 5 unique quarter designs every year for a decade. The most valuable errors and varieties: off-center strike error, $2,000 to $5,000, the broad strike error, $1,000 to $1,500, double die error, $6,000 to $10,000, missing clad layer error, $5,000 to $15,000. How to identify if you have a rare 1999 P Connecticut quarter. Now, let's talk about how you can check your own change for one of these treasures. Here's your step-by-step checklist. Check the mint mark. Look for the P just behind Washington's ponytail. That's the Philadelphia mint mark. Inspect both sides under magnification. Use a 10x magnifier to look for doubling, missing details, or unusual color. Look for missing clad layers. If one side looks copper while the other looks silvery, that's a potential missing layer error. Measure the coin. Use a caliper and scale. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.26 millimeters. Anything smaller or lighter could be struck on the wrong planchette. Check the rim and edges. Broad strike and off-center errors are easy to spot if the rim looks uneven or missing. Get it certified. If you suspect your coin is rare, don't clean it. Send it to a trusted grading service like PCGS, NGC, or ANACS. A professional certification can increase your coin's value many times over. Real auction examples. Let's look at a few real-life sales that made collectors' jaws drop. Double die obverse sold for $2,700 on eBay. Missing clad layer fetched $9,000 to $100 at Heritage Auctions. Struck on dime planchettes sold for an incredible $35,000. Tips for coin hunters. If you're serious about finding one of these treasures, here are a few expert tips. Search old bankrolls and coin jar. Many early state quarters went straight into circulation. Buy unsearched rolls from 1999. Some collectors hoarded them unopened. You might hit the jackpot. Attend local coin shows. Dealers sometimes mislabel coins. Keep your magnifier handy. Join online collector forums. Other enthusiasts often share pictures and discoveries of new varieties. This is the story of the 2001 P New York State quarter dollar, one of the most talked about, mysterious, and valuable modern coins in U.S. history. Yes, you heard that right. One small error, a tiny detail missed at the U.S. Mint, can turn a simple piece of pocket change into a life-changing fortune. This is not just another quarter. This is a coin that tells the story of America's spirit, a design that captured the nation's heart right before history changed forever. The background: the year was 2001. And America was celebrating the ongoing 50 State Quarters program, launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999. Every year, 5 new state quarters were released, each highlighting something unique about its state's history and culture. And when it came time to represent New York, the Mint wanted something powerful, something that truly captured the state's role as the gateway to freedom. The most valuable errors and varieties: double die error, $9,000 to $15,000, off-center strike error, $3,000 to $5,000, the broad strike error, $7,000 to $10,000, the missing clad layer error, $2,000 to $15,000. How to identify rare 2001 P New York quarters. If you want to hunt for one of these treasures, here's exactly what to look for. Check the mint mark. Look for that small P behind Washington's ponytail. Inspect the design closely. Use a 10x magnifying glass to check for doubling in the lettering or Statue of Liberty details. Examine both sides. If one side looks copper-colored, you may have a missing clad layer error. Weigh the coin. A standard quarter weighs 5.67 grams. Anything lighter or heavier could indicate a wrong planchette. Check for off-center strikes. Uneven edges, missing parts of the design, or oddly thick borders are all big clues. Never clean the coin. Cleaning removes value. Always keep it in original condition. Get it certified. Send your coin to PCGS, NGC, or Annex for authentication and grading. Certification not only confirms the error, it can increase your coin's value many times over. Real auction examples. Let's look at some real-world sales that prove how valuable these coins can be. Missing clad layer sold for $8,400 at Heritage Auctions. Double struck fetched $15,000 in a private sale. Wrong planchette struck on dime planchette, sold for $27,500. Off-center 60% sold for $4,200 on eBay. Tips for coin hunters. If you're ready to start hunting for this treasure, here are expert tips. Search old bankrolls from 2001. Many still contain unsearched state quarters. Check inherited coin jars. People often save the 9/11 era New York coins for sentimental reasons. Attend local coin shows and fairs. Dealers occasionally mislabel rare error coins. Join online collector forums. Error coin hunters often share discoveries and photos. Use good lighting and magnification. Subtle errors can hide in plain sight, and most importantly, patience pays off. Many million-dollar finds started in someone's pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable modern U.S. coins ever struck, the 2002 Ohio State Quarter Dollar. This coin isn't just a tribute to Ohio's rich history in flight and innovation. It's also home to some of the wildest mint errors ever discovered, errors so rare that collectors around the world are willing to pay life-changing money for the right one. And how you can identify one that could turn your pocket change into a small fortune. The background. In 2002, the U.S. Mint released its 17th coin in the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program, honoring the state of Ohio, the birthplace of aviation pioneers. The design is nothing short of inspiring. It features the Wright Flyer, the first successful powered airplane, soaring above a silhouette of the state of Ohio. Just below it, you'll find an astronaut in a spacesuit representing legendary Ohio-born astronauts. The most valuable errors and varieties. Double die error, $6,000 to $15,000. Off-center strike error, $3,000 to $5,000. Missing clad layer error, $12,000 to $15,000. Wrong planchette error, $10,000 to $50,000. How to identify rare 2002 Ohio quarters. So how do you know if your 2002 Ohio quarter is a jackpot? Here's what to look for. Mint mark. Check for the D on the front, right behind Washington's ponytail. Inspect the design. Look for doubling on the astronaut, Ohio, or birthplace of aviation pioneers. Check the color. If one side looks coppery, it could be missing a clad layer. Examine the rim. If the edge looks uneven, flat, or wide, you might have a broad strike. Check for off-center strikes. Misaligned designs are big money. Weigh it. Normal quarters weigh 5.67 grams. Anything lighter or heavier could indicate the wrong planchette. Never clean your coin. Cleaning ruins the surface and kills value. Get certified. Always send your coin to PCGS, NGC, or Annex for professional grading and authentication. Real auction sales price and varieties. Let's talk numbers, because these aren't myths. Here are some real sales that prove how valuable these quarters can be. Missing clad layer sold for $6,500 at Heritage Auctions. Double die sold for $2,800 on eBay. Off-center 60% fetched for $1,000 to $100. Wrong planchettes sold for $27,500 in a private auction. Double strike realized $19,000 coin. Tips and collecting. Ready to start your hunt? Here's how to give yourself the best chance of finding a valuable one. Ask local banks for old state quarter rolls. Many have them tucked away. Check your family's old coin jars. People save these quarters as souvenirs. Attend coin shows and fairs. Sometimes dealers overlook small errors. Use a magnifier, and good lighting. Doubling can be subtle. Join coin collector forums. Other collectors often share new discoveries. Patience and persistence are key. Every major error found today started with someone just like you, curious enough to look. Today, We're diving deep into one of the most extraordinary quarters in modern American history, the 2060 North Dakota State Quarter Dollar. At first glance, it looks like any other coin to majestic bison grazing on the plains, the outline of North Dakota. And that shiny Denver D mint mark, but hidden among the hundreds of millions minted are a few rare pieces with jaw-dropping mint errors, the kind of mistakes that turn ordinary coins into numismatic gold mines. The background: in 2006, the U.S. Mint released the North Dakota State Quarter as the 39th design in the 50 State Quarters program, one of the most successful coin series in American history. Over 305 million coins were minted in Denver, making the 2060 a common coin at least, at first glance. The design pays tribute to North Dakota's vast natural beauty and wildlife. On the reverse, you'll see two American bison grazing under the open skies, a powerful image of the Great Plains. The most valuable errors and varieties: double die obverse DDO, $1,000 to $10,000. Off-center strike error, $2,000 to $5,000. Missing clad layer error, $8,000 to $15,000. Wrong planchette error, $10,000 to $50,000. How to identify rare 2060 North Dakota error quarter. Here's your checklist for spotting these valuable treasures. Look for the D mint mark right behind Washington's ponytail. Inspect the surfaces carefully, doubling on the bison, lettering, or date. Check the rim and shape. Is it off-center, broad, or uneven? Examine both sides. If one side is coppery, it might be missing its clad layer. Weigh it. A normal quarter weighs 5.67 grams. Anything lighter or heavier could mean the wrong planchette. Check for damage or cracks. Raised blobs or lines could be valuable die breaks. Never clean your coin. Cleaning destroys its natural surface and can wipe out thousands of dollars in value. Send it for authentication. Use trusted grading companies like PCGS, NGC, or ANACS, real auction sales. Here are some real-world examples of valuable 2060 North Dakota quarters. Off-center strike 50%, sold for $4,000. Missing clad layer sold for $7,500. Double die reverse sold for $3,800. Wrong planchette error dime planchette fetched $20,000 to $1,500. Double strike error realized $18,000. These aren't myths, these are documented sales. And they prove that even modern coins can hold unbelievable value when the right error appears. Tips and collecting: search unsearched bankrolls from 2006. They sometimes hide untouched gems. Check your old pocket change or coin jars, you never know what's sitting there. Buy uncirculated mint sets, errors can sneak into those too. Use a magnifier and good lighting. Tiny doubling or chips are easy to miss. Join online collector groups. New discoveries are reported regularly. Persistence is key. Even small errors can bring big rewards when certified. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the 1999 P Georgia State Quarter Dollar, one of the first quarters released in the legendary 50 State Quarters program, and one that hides some of the most valuable minting errors ever discovered. These coins might look ordinary to the untrained eye, but the truth is, a small handful of them contain extraordinary mistakes, minting blunders that transform these coins into modern treasures worth life-changing money. The background: the Georgia State Quarter was released on July 19, 1999. As part of the U.S. Mint's groundbreaking 50 State Quarters program, a series that ran from 1999 to 2008 and became one of the most popular coin programs in American history. This was the fourth coin in the series. Following Delaware, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey, the 1999 P Georgia Quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The most valuable errors and varieties: wrong planchette error, $10,000 to $30,000. Double die error, $9,000 to $15,000. Off-center strike, $3,000 to $5,000. Missing clad layer error, $2,000 to $4,000. How to identify a rare 1999 P Georgia Quarter. Think you might have a winner? Here's what to do. Look for the P mint mark, located behind Washington's ponytail. Examine both sides carefully. Look for doubling, cracks, or color changes. Check the edges for broad strikes, off-centers, or clips. Use a magnifier. Small doubling or die chips can be worth serious money. Weigh the coin. Normal weight is 5.67 grams. Anything different could indicate a wrong planchet or missing layer. Never clean your coin. It destroys surface value and authenticity. Authenticate it. Send it to PCGS, NGC, or Annex for grading and verification. Once certified, your coin's value skyrockets and you'll have proof of its rarity. Real auction results. Let's look at some real-world prices that have shocked the coin community. Wrong planchets sold for $20,000 to $500. Double die sold for $4,800. Missing clad layers sold for $9,000. Off-center 50% sold for $3,000 to $100. Double strike realized $16,000. These coins prove that even modern quarters coins, minted just 25 years ago, can be worth unbelievable sums of money when errors are involved. Tips and collecting. Search 1999 coin rolls. From banks or collectors, check older coin jars. 1999 quarters were saved by millions of Americans by unsearched state quarter sets. You never know what's hiding inside. Use good lighting and a magnifier. Small errors can mean big money. Join coin forums and groups. Collectors often share new discoveries and leads. Remember, every big find starts with curiosity and a closer look.